everyone. I'm Ronnie.
And I'm Jessica.
And you're listening to Clean With Me,
the podcast where we walk you through cleaning your house.
Hey everybody, so today's episode is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to talk about different kinds of struggles with cleaning, whether it be from depression of any sort. Maybe you have small children and you're having trouble keeping up. Maybe you're a stay-at-home mom and you've got that stay-at-home mom depression. And if you are one, you know how things get really redundant and you're just at home every day in the same four walls. You don't get out a lot. You don't have that routine. And people don't really understand, like, how hard it is to stay on track. Or maybe it's just depression from grief, or maybe it's from struggling with ADHD and not knowing where to start. And there are many, many reasons why we struggle to keep our house clean. So today's episode is going to be just how to get through that and how to clean when you're going through something like that. Because with all the listeners we have, I know, and from many of the DMs I get, I know a lot of you struggle with so many things, so many different walks of life, so many struggles and reasons we're going through things that affect our cleaning, and how our house looks really does affect our mental health. And so I'm going to help you guys so the best I can. And this is just going to be a little bit of everything, way to basically just get started and get something done today. If you're in one of those states where you just don't know where to start and you're really upset about your house and it's affecting your day-to-day, I'm gonna try my best to help you get through that. So first thing I want you guys to do, get ready for your clean. Do your ritual. Just get yourself in the right mindset for cleaning, and light a candle, open windows, get ready for the day. And, when you're depressed, and if you're in a deep depression, and you just are having trouble getting ready even, sometimes that little act of just brushing our teeth and putting our hair up in a bun and changing our clothes or taking a shower really helps with getting in a better mood to clean, because you're forcing yourself to get ready and get up and get ready. And for when I'm really, really struggling, and I'm kind of all encompassing all of the things I've been through over the years, because I talk often about what I'm going through currently. But, I've been through postpartum. I've been through many times where I'm depressed, and I do have trouble staying on task just from my ADHD tendencies and stuff like that. But this is kind of all encompassing all my whole life and all of the issues, and I'm just going to try to help everybody that I possibly can. But definitely doing just, normal hygiene things and taking showers and stuff like that will help you get going to start on the clean. Next, I really want you guys to just go ahead, and after you're done with that, you can pause and take a shower if you need to. I want you guys to go ahead and do a laundry switch and do a load of laundry, just so we've got some machines running and we've got some stuff being cleaned, even, when actively as we're doing other things. So let's move our clothes from the washer to the dryer, and from the dryer to the laundry basket. And like I said, if you needed to pause and take a shower and get ready for the day, that really helps. So we are going to do, after you're done with your laundry switch, we are going to do things a little bit out of order today. It's going to be a little bit of a different episode, but I want you guys, if you're in a tough time, your house is in a bad place, you don't know where to start, this is the episode for you. Like I said, any kind of depression, any kind of ADHD, your house is a disaster. You don't know where to start. You're really struggling with just your day-to-day stuff. First thing I want you guys to do is get a bag of trash. And I want you to just go around your house and just throw away trash. Whenever I was in these really dark places, and my house was just out of control, maybe right after I had the baby, whatever the case was. There's been a few times where I've been like this, and my house has just been a wreck. I will get a bag of trash bag, and I will just go room to room to room, one room at a time. I start with the kitchen and just move your way back throughout the house and just throw away trash. Because if you have a depression house right now, it's probably a wreck, and you've probably maybe been doing a lot of takeout, or just, leaving trash, letting the kids, maybe dirty diapers on everywhere, or maybe, you've been letting the kids just cut up a bunch of projects, or whatever the case is in your life. I want you guys to just go room to room to room, and we're going to do that for 5 minutes. So I'm going to keep talking to you guys about ways to combat this and help. But while I'm talking, I want you guys to just go room to room and just throw away trash. Every room of the house, just throw away trash in as many rooms as you can. If you have one room that's really bad, that it's going to overwhelm you and you just don't want to even do that right now, that's fine. As much as you can, as many rooms as you can. I would start with the kitchen, outer areas, and then move back to your bedroom and just throw away trash. And then while you guys are doing that, I'm going to use the podcast to set a timer for 5 minutes. I'll let you know when 5 minutes is over. We're going to start it now. Go ahead and start doing that, and then I'll start talking about some other stuff. So if you have kids, and just be doing that while I'm talking, if you have kids and babies, what have you, and or you don't, and you're just noticing that your depression's really bad when the house is dirty. And a lot of us have come to that conclusion that our day-to-day is much better when our house is clean, but we just can't seem to get started, and we can't seem to clean. And that is why the house gets bad sometimes. And a lot of times when the house is dirty, I noticed in different phases of my life, when my kids were little tiny babies, or now when I get in a depressive state, my house is dirty, I have trouble connecting with my kids because my depression's worse. I'm just stressed out about the house, and I don't know where to start, and I feel like a bad mom, and just, all the mom guilt sets in, or it even if you don't have kids, just childhood trauma, maybe from being screamed at when the house isn't clean or something. Just, you could have depression for a number of reasons for why you have trouble cleaning the house. But I'm sure you notice that when the house is clean, you have a way you connect with your kids way better. You're happier. You're spending, and I'm not saying it's going to completely heal you, but it sure does help a lot. You're connecting with your kids better. You're connecting with your friends better. Because I isolate from friends when I've been in these episodes. I isolate from friends. I've isolated from my kids. I take care of them. I give them their everyday needs. I'm not, neglecting them, but I am neglecting them emotionally when my house is a wreck and I'm in these depressive episodes. But when my house is clean, it really helps with my connection with my kids, whether that they be newborns or toddlers or the age they are now when I'm going through something. So I just want you guys to use that as motivation and just think about the fact that, if you're sitting here beating yourself up and like, I just feel so bad about myself, I don't know where to go, I don't know what to do, I don't know and then your house is a wreck, think about how you feel when your house is clean and how much better you're able to be a friend, a functioning member of society, because you're not stressing and feeling bad and beating yourself up about stuff, connecting with your kids because you're not worrying about the house, just things like that. Because I talk about like ADHD and stuff a lot because I think that's why I have trouble, but maybe you have some kind of childhood trauma where you were, like I said, getting screamed at, yelled at, beat even for not cleaning the house a certain way or something. And so now you have trauma around it. So when you really are really hard on yourself when your house isn't clean. And that's why you can't your depression gets worse when your house is clean. And, I feel like I'm going to give you some tips on making it easier. And, it's been about 5 minutes. So if you're done collecting trash from around your house, great. If you have a lot of trash and you want to keep doing it, you can pause or just listen along with me while you keep doing that. And then you can do the other steps I'm going to talk about after. So now we're going to do the term I learned on TikTok, June bugging, while I'm talking. So when we're having trouble cleaning our house for the reasons I have previously specified, you need June bugging. It's a silly word that I learned on TikTok that means you focus on one specific area, and then if you get distracted, like from ADHD or just other things going on, kids bothering you, phone calls, whatever the case may be, you go back to that area and you finish that area until it is done. So we're going to go to the messiest area, or just pick whatever area you are currently by. Let's start with, let's say you have a bunch of stuff on your countertops in your kitchen. Let's start with that. So all of the trash or a kitchen island. Maybe you have a kitchen island or kitchen countertops. Pick one thing, and we are going to focus completely on that thing, whatever the thing you're picking is, and we're going to get it done. So grab everything in this specific island or countertop or wherever you're at, and everything that goes in one area of the house, like all of your dishes that are on the counter, let's put it in one place on the sink. Gather all of the dishes, put them on the sink. And then we're going to do the next thing, which is, let's call it, anything that goes into a separate room, gather all of that and start putting that into the other rooms. And just keep going with that, one item at a time, or not one item at a time, one category at a time in one area. Focus on one area, and if you get distracted for any reason, go back to that same area, that same island, countertop, whatever you're working on, and you keep putting the stuff away until everything is put away and it is completely cleared. And then when it is cleared, you're not done. And I reposted some videos that inspired me about this on my Clean With Me TikTok. But great idea. And I do this. I have done this in the past. But once everything is cleared, your job's not done in this specific area. This is because when you're depressed, you get overwhelmed really easy. You stick to the area that you picked, and when everything is put away where it goes and you've got a clear surface, your job is not done. Wipe down and thoroughly clean that spot. And it may seem a little bit odd because you're like, well, I've got this big giant mess, and why am I spending so much time on this one area when that's how we get overwhelmed when we're depressed or having issues like that. So focus on that. Once that whole area is clean, put away, you put every specific thing away, and then finish the job once it's clear and you do a thorough wipe down. Then you move on to the next task. So yeah, this is more of a help to clean a depression house than a cleaning walkthrough. So if you wanted more of a cleaning walkthrough, just listen to another episode. I do that almost every week. We have plenty of episodes. So, but if you are struggling, just keep listening, and hopefully this can help. And just keep going with it. Once you're completely 100% done with that area, you move on to the next area. Maybe it's your couch. Maybe it is your bed. Maybe there's a bunch of stuff on your bed. But I like working in areas close to each other, so I will pick like either the dishes to completely take care of, or I will sit there until it is done and completely done. Even if the whole house is a disaster, I will completely finish those dishes and then clean the counter, and I will do that. Again, you can time yourself 5 minutes, 10 minutes, however long it takes. And sometimes I just set 5-minute timers to see how much I've accomplished. And once you're already in it and doing it, you will finish it. But continue doing this because once you're up and about, it's all about tricking your brain. Once you're up and doing this and you're in a rhythm and you're like, okay, I'm going to one area specifically and I'm focusing on this and I'm finishing it till I'm done, you will at least make a big dent in your house. And a little bit is better than nothing. So, if your house is really, 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 really bad because you've been really going through it, if you do this for just a good, hour even, or just think of it as short increments of time, just 15 minutes a spot, and just clean that area until it is done, the progress you see will motivate you and you'll keep going. And even if you don't, you've made progress. If you need to take a break and do it another day, but when you still have that momentum, just keep using it and just keep June bugging. I know it's a silly word, but going to one area and completely finishing it. Like when you're done with your dishes, make sure every single dish in the house, in the kitchen is clean. That's your one area. You're going to focus on that area until it is done. And you're going to even clean out the sink after, because you are going to do that job to completion. And then we're going to move on to like the living room floor. And then same thing, you're going to keep doing that to completion. Time yourself, whatever you need to do, and keep going until you feel like you can't anymore. But I promise you, once you keep going, you're going to want to keep going, because you're going to be so proud of the progress you're making. And like I've said in many an episode, take pictures of your progress, because it really, really, really helps motivate you personally. Some of us maybe don't have as bad of like outer area issues, but your room is an area where you really struggle, and making your bed really helps. In the morning, if you're depressed, when you get up in the morning and you just make your bed, it really, really helps. So make your bed. You'll feel really good about that. And maybe you same thing with like pile of clothes. This applies to June bugging. Don't be jumping. I know I'm jumping all over the place, but you do whatever your project you're working on right now, do that to completion. Like I said, this is less of a cleaning talk through and just a more specifically what you need in your house right now with what you're dealing with. But maybe your thing that's keeping you from doing stuff you really are struggling with, laundry, and you have a big pile of laundry that you need to fold. Separate the big pile of laundry into piles of like workout clothes. Separate them first into piles of, this is workout clothes. This is, things that work clothes, things that we hang up, kids, school clothes, whatever. And then worry about the organization later. Just worry about putting them away. Because, when we're in a bad spot, organization is the last thing on our minds. We're just trying to just get the mess put up. So we can worry about super organization and keeping, obviously that's the end goal. That's where we want to be. But when we're in a depressive episode for whatever reason, we just want to get the clothes put away, right? And we'll worry about that later. So just put the stuff into piles and just focus on getting the laundry done. And you'll feel so much better just having it put away instead of in a big pile. Last thing I'm going to talk about is restrooms, and same thing when you're, it sounds silly, but June bugging around the house. And it's important to get your restrooms, because restrooms are something you go in there like 80 times a day. So it's going to really make you feel bad about yourself if you're going to the restroom in a really dirty restroom. So I would highly recommend making restrooms a priority if you're in a depression house and you're in a bad spot, whether for any of the reasons previously stated. Focus on one thing at a time. First, I'm going to get all my dirty clothes out of here. Then I am going to organize the countertop sink area, wipe it down, mirrors, wipe it down. Then I'm going to do the toilet, then get all the toys out of the bathtub. Just focus on one area at a time. I like to do the least dirtiest to the dirtiest thing, pick up the floor first, and then, wipe down everything. But bathrooms are something that when I was going through it and stuff, it's just relief, just feels gross and stuff. When you have dirty bathrooms when you're depressed, it just makes it worse. So definitely make that a priority if you can. And again, set the timer for 5 minutes and just see how much you can get done in 5 minutes. And it usually takes about 10 minutes if it's pretty bad, but it does just to get you started. Just say, I'm going to see how much I'm going to get done in this bad bathroom in 5 minutes. And once you're going, you're going to be able to finish it for sure. So I know today's episode was a little different, but I just wanted to do one for those of you that are really struggling out there. And because I've been through it. I've been through different periods of time where I just really struggle. And these are ways that I've gotten through it. I did watch some videos and stuff before I did this episode, just because I like to mix my own experiences with other people's experiences. And I just really hope this helped in some way, and that you will get some good progress. And any progress is good progress when you're in a depressive episode, postpartum depression, whatever's going on in your life, grief. I want you guys to know that any kind of clean is a good kind of clean, and just take it one step at a time, one area at a time, one room at a time, one specific job at a time, and you guys will get it done eventually. Even if it takes a few days, you will get it done. And even if you've only get a few things done today, that is progress, and that's more than you've done. Just make things that are going to get dirty and create bugs, mess, stink, whatever, like kitty litter, dishes, bathrooms. Those things will be the priority. And then worry about the other stuff next. But definitely try, any progress is good progress. So I hope I helped you guys today. I hope I was able, I know this was a little bit different, but I'm hoping that you got something out of it, and I was able to motivate you guys today. And you will get through it. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Whatever you're going through, no matter how hard it is, I know that you will get through it. And cleaning seems like such a mundane thing when you're going through a tough time, but I promise you, it's probably adding to the stress. So just try your best, and even a little progress is a good progress. And if you want to listen to another episode, if you've been cleaning along as I was talking and you want a more clean with me episode, please listen to another episode and just get as much done as you can. This is more of a pep talk than anything. But thank you guys so much for listening, and as always, happy cleaning.